So I was thinking about what we could open with this week. I think we've had some pretty good openers lately, and I wasn't coming up with anything. And then I was thinking about players that you hate on other teams but you would want to play for your team. And I was
I love
trying to
this.
think of, yeah, right. So there's straight out heels. Like you could do like Ndamukong Suh. No one liked to play Ndamukong Suh, the defensive tackle for the Lions and the Buccaneers, and he one because he was so good, but two because he was. I mean, he pushed the lines in
He's
terms of
dirty.
violence, right?
He's
Like
dirty.
Baker Mayfield is an obvious guy if you don't want to play, um, but you would love to have on your team, right? And there's a couple guys that left Boston that I think about, like Roger Clemens was the first one that I think about. Is that you didn't? I was almost like when he left, it was like good riddance, and then you saw him on the Yankees, and you were like, wouldn't mind having that guy in a rotation. Wouldn't mind having him back. And Marshawn's obviously the most obvious, the most recent, because I mean, even when we had him on our team, we were like, yeah, kind of get why you think he's a prick, kind of get why you don't like him. You know what I mean? So coming up for this is how Matt. I'm wondering if you're gonna have a different take on this because this is how spoiled we are. I started going like, who are the guys that like this would be for the Patriots? And there's no one because they won so much that you weren't like, oh, this guy really gets under my skin. You know what I mean? Even the Giants teams, it wasn't like, oh, I wish we had Eli Manning as our quarterback, or like the plays they got to beat the Patriots. There was never a player on that team that I was like, oh man, that guy's really getting under my skin. I did come up with, I came up with three. A couple that Tyler I think you'll really get into, and one that I think Matt will understand.
I
The
think
two
I
that
know who you're going to say.
Who do you think?
I think Matthew Kachuk.
No, I'm not. But he is a
Okay.
great example. He is actually a great example, and I did think of him, and I forgot to write him down, Matt. That is a great example of that kind of player. Because I would love to have him on the Bruins, and I cannot stand that man. But as soon as if he put on the smoked bee, I'd be like, where do I get my jersey? I'd be like throwing my credit card down of like, that's my jersey for the year. You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yep.
Jimmy Butler from the Miami Heat is a big one.
That's a great
man.
one. That is a
He
great
is
one.
a big one. And not that I ever thought that Jimmy Butler was great. I don't think that. And I also thought it was hilarious when certain ESPN personalities were calling him an outside shooter, which is just absurd. But when you saw the way he beat the Celtics, it was like, oh, I can't stand this guy. I can't believe this is happening. And I want him on our team. Like, I wish, because he was a finisher. And there for a while there, before the Celtics broke through, that's what they weren't. They didn't have the Jimmy Butler mentality. They were more talented than those Heat teams, I think. But Jimmy Butler was the difference because he was like, I'm not going to lose.
He was going to outwork you every single night. And he also, like, Jimmy Butler, and another one is like Draymond Green, like when Draymond Green was like better than what he is now.
That was
like,
my other one.
Those two dudes, like, and I'm not going to say they're on the same level. Like Jimmy Buckets is definitely better, but like they're dudes that fit into systems. No matter where they are. Like he's in Golden State now, and somehow it's better than when he was in Miami. Somehow it's better than when he was in Chicago. Like it is insane where that dude just plugs in and then takes everybody's level of play where he's at and just raises it to a new level. So that dude pisses me off, but if he was wearing Celtics green, I would be hyped.
So Draymond Green sucked because of the finals matchup the Celtics had with him. I think in order for this guy to really hit home, it's got to be someone who's hurt your team, right? So that's what I think. So Butler's most obvious because he played for the Heat and the Celtics were playing him all the time. But Draymond Green, they played in the finals. And oh my God, he's such a prick, but he's also like, man, that guy on our team would be amazing. We would love to have Draymond Green. Another guy, this is kind of a throwback, Matt. PK Subban.
Yeah, 100%.
Dude, he was, because he's so, and the only reason is, first of all, he says what's on his mind, man. He is not afraid to chirp and let you know. And two, he was so freaking good when he was with the Canadians. He was so freaking good that it was like, oh man, an offensive defenseman like that with that confidence. It wasn't like he was a flawed defender either. I mean, he was a good defender too. Like, oh man, I still sneaky love PK Subban's game, even though he hurt the Bruins for years and was not afraid to talk about it.
Yep.
Is there anyone?
I have one.
Is
Rodney
it is
Harrison.
okay.
That dude tortured us, and he was a great player, borderline dirty, excellent. Just ugh. But if he was on my team, would have loved him. Would have loved him. So.
Oh yeah, without question. And there's more guys that we've had in Boston that you would think that, like Marcus Smart was another guy.
Avery Bradley.
Everyone hated to play him, like everyone.
Mm-hmm. Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce.
Yeah, but those guys are different.
Even Larry Bird.
Yeah, but those guys are elite. Those are like elite players. So like you can't say the two players.
So you're thinking like role players, like dudes that are gonna get plugged in that aren't gonna make crazy difference, but like they're gonna get under your skin.
I'm really trying to thread a needle because I could say Draymond Green's probably Hall of Famer. So like, what are we saying here? But he's not an offensive star like a Steph Curry. Jimmy Butler's not a top 5 to 10 player in the league. I don't think. Maybe I'm wrong about that. You can tell me if I'm wrong.
Definitely not.
So like there is a line. I don't know where that line is. All right. It can't be that everyone would want him regardless and he doesn't rub anyone the wrong way. You know what I mean? Like it can't be like an elite superstar.
And I was kind of thinking of that when you were mentioning it. I was like thinking NFL and I'm like, who do I hate in the NFL? It's Pat Mahomes. And I'm like, but I can't say Pat Mahomes because he's so good. Yeah, exactly. And then I was like, okay, well, who like annoys me? Travis Kelce. And then I'm like, but it's Travis Kelce. Like you can't really hate the dudes who are at the top of their game at their position. So I get what you're saying, but I think like at least Kevin Garnett, I think, yes, he was top of his game. He's gonna Hall of Famer, but that guy I think is a little different where you can maybe sandwich him into like, because I mean when he was in when he played for Minnesota, Danny Ainge is sitting there like, I don't like playing against him. I want him on my team so bad, and obviously because of how good he was, but also like he literally will break you down mentally because of how much trash talk he's gonna get. I mean, we saw him when he was wearing green and was up against Carmelo Anthony. He literally made the dude melt on the court I'm talking about his wife's allegedly. So it's just like that guy would never want to play against ever again.
Yeah. You know, one of the reasons why it popped in my mind is that Chris Paul got released this week, or was it last week? I don't know, but he's kind of in that category. But two players, there are players that are pricks that I have no interest in, like Josh Norman when he was with the Panthers. I was kind of all set with that kind of thing. Sean Avery, who was a guy with the Rangers, who was just honestly just an asshole. He was good. It wasn't like he wasn't good, but he was more of just honestly just an asshole. And there's other players that I don't like for reasons, but you wouldn't like Ray Allen. I wouldn't put in this list, right? Because I don't like the way Ray Allen left. I don't like where he went to.
Baby.
Like, yeah, you don't like I don't hate Ray Allen like some other people in the fan base might hate him. But like, yeah, I'd like him on my team, but now I don't know. Like Kyrie, I don't know if I would ever want him back on the Celtics. You know what I mean? Like that's
right.
Those guys don't fall into that category.
Where does A-Rod fall on this list?
I think he's one of those top tier guys. I think it's tough to. I mean, but he is a scumbag.
Of course, you would take him on your team, but like you don't like him.
I feel like I would probably say like Jeter would be one that we could maybe fit into the convo more than A-Rod, because A-Rod was just like one of those top tier guys, like the Mahomes type level, like talking trash about him. Jeter, I feel like was a little bit more of like me trying to debate Kevin Garnett being involved in this conversation.
So I wonder, was my hatred for the Yankees so strong that I really didn't want any of those players except for Mariano Rivera? And Mariano Rivera was not a guy you didn't like. Even as anyone who watched Mariano Rivera was like, no one hated him. You hated that he killed everyone, man. That dude he's the best closer in the history of the game. I mean, the Enter Sandman stuff is amazing. Like, I wanted Mariano Rivera, don't get me wrong. I never wanted Jeter, dude. I thought he was overrated. And this is probably wild for me to say, because when the Red Sox were going to get A-Rod, I loved it. But I'm glad they never did. I feel like it was a bullet dodged, man. And maybe that's because they went on to win, like, 3 or whatever it was. I just felt like, I don't know. I was never like, need A-Rod, man. Like, he's just like one of those players I'd love to have. He was a superstar. I mean, that contract he signed when he was going to sign with the Red Sox and the Yankees was the biggest contract in the history of baseball, I think, right? That wasn't like everyone wanted A-Rod. and Derek Jeter wanted him to play third base, which ultimate team player who won't move positions. I mean,
he's the captain. What are you talking about?
I mean, Derek Jeter was awesome. Don't get me wrong. I'm not like saying he wasn't awesome, but like at the same time, the ultimate team guy, the ultimate, organizational player wouldn't change positions for the greatest player in the position at the time. Yeah, that sounds like a great guy. Anyone I'm missing?
There's a lot of baggage there.
There is. Oh my God. There might be. It just chaps my ass. It chaps my ass how much they talk about Derek Jeter being like the ultimate team player. And it's like, yeah, I guess. There's obvious like villains too, like Vontez Perfect, who was just like,
he's the one that blew out Rip Brady's knee, right?
No, that was what's that? Bernard Pollard was the guy who did that. That was the chief safety who did have a history of going low. He does like to aim for kneecaps. I will say that was not his first low hit. But Perfect was the linebacker for Cincinnati who was just handing out CTE like it was candy on Halloween. He would he would murder people over the middle.
He's low key the reason. I mean, they say on Twitter, at least, he's the reason that AB is the way that AB is now because of that hit, and then Juju retaliated.
Juju hit?
The Juju hit was awesome.
Well, inappropriate and whatever. There's sometimes it's like in hockey, and you can go too far in hockey, and the Juju hit is borderline too far. If the refs aren't going to handle it and the league's not going to handle it, then the players will handle it.
And I think Juju was young at the time, too, so it was kind of like, I got to represent my guy, so
I know. Juju gets a lot of crap for, like, the social media dances, and he's kind of remembered for that more than anything else, I think. Yeah. But, dude, you go back and watch that clip and tell me that guy didn't have his teammates back. I mean, he lays him out, dude. Lets him know that, like, that enough is enough. Yeah, so there's those guys too. Is there anyone like Matt? Other than Rodney, was there another guy? I mean, it was probably you could just list a bunch of Patriots.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, it's too cliche. You go Brewski, Ty Law, Rodney Harrison, like Vrabel. I always liked Richard Seymour. Like he never really rubbed me the wrong way. And he would have been a guy I would have loved to have on my team regardless.
I was so devastated when they got rid of him. He was so good.
Yeah, but that was like the Chara trade. It was just his time, and they got a great return for him at the time.
Yep.
It's funny. I for some reason keep gravitating towards individual sports like golfers, and like Phil Mickelson. He's a total, you either love him or you hate him. And I was so happy when he won his Masters, when he won for the first time. I was so happy. And then it's like he turned heel like so 8 years later. This. Yeah, and I was like, or like, Ryan Lochte, a swimmer, like U.S. swimmer, total doofus, complete doofus, but dude could swim. I just so it's funny that I keep gravitating towards the individual sports. Yeah.
The Patrick Reed stuff is wild with the family stuff.
I don't want to wear my hat because I want to get paid for the Ryder Cup.
Yeah, like some of these. Phil is a great one as for an individual sport because he was so likable until it was like, oh no, you're kind of just a prick. You're kind of not that, like you're not the lovable guy. And
waiting for Scotty Scheffler to like turn heel. Do you know what I mean? Like something's gonna come out about Scotty Scheffler, because he's just too good and too nice and too like genuine a human.
Like the worst thing that happened for Phil was he won. Like when he finally won, it was like, oh, now you're not the lovable guy that we're all hoping can pull this off.
That back nine on the final round was just insane. It was so awesome. I was so excited for that. That was so fun.
Yeah, I hear you. But he did turn into a prick. Anyone else?
Rory McIlroy could be one that you could make the argument for, but
really?
True. Yeah. Some people really don't like the way he just is. I like him. Like I think he's good for the game.
I'm a fan.
Like that, but I think I am too. But I think that there are some that don't like who he is or how he acts. Oh, I hate Bryson DeChambeau. Like I can't stand that.
No, hold on.
Oh my God,
that's Tyler's guy.
That's Tyler's guy. He's of a different generation. He's the
exactly
right. Like
exactly,
and he's pretty much the first golfer that really embraced that. And I just there's a whole lot of douchebaggery going on there. I can't get on board.
Yeah, guys, there's lots of unlikable guys and unlikable coaches and all that. Like John Morant, like. Dude, again, we've talked about it a lot on this pod, way too much, and it's like, just get it together, dude. You're so good. I just get it together. Cut the crap with all the other stuff.
Well, it's like, I hate that Austin Matthews is an American. Do you know what I mean? Like, I would love for him to be Canadian. That would be like the best thing in the world.
Yes.
But he's from Phoenix of all places, like it just doesn't work.
And we shouldn't want that because he's so, again, a player that's...
It's sort of like...
You have to be good to be really hated.
Yeah.
You have to be really good to be hated.
Yeah. Well, it's sort of the opposite, right? It's somebody on your team that you don't like that, is really good.
Yeah. Did you...
I think I have a couple. One that I think will surprise you, though, Steve, is... Can you hear me?
Yep.
Steph Diggs. I feel like that was a guy that most of New England hated, especially when he went to Buffalo. And then all of a sudden he's playing for New England, and we're all kind of like, Steph Diggs is pretty sick.
He's actually
kind
a
of
great
maturing,
example.
and we're like, this is awesome. I feel like one for other people is Joe Mazzulla. They find him corny, and they're like, I can't stand this guy. I think he's a psychotic coach. He's just putting on a front. But I also think other franchises, if they had Joe Mazzulla, they would be like, this guy's awesome. So those are my two examples. But actually, another one was Jalen Ramsey. I feel like Jalen Ramsey in his prime would be a dude that I would love to have on my defense.
He's a great example because he's total maniac, total hothead, but you want him. By the way, a guy we'll talk about in a minute, Phillip Rivers, the same thing, man. He used to bark at guys, man.
Those videos are great.
He would get after your ass, and I hated it. But if he played for my team, what's that? Did you say Aaron Rodgers? Yes, Aaron Rodgers would be another example.
No,
that would be.
Don't want him.
What do you mean?
Don't want him.
You didn't want Aaron Rodgers in his prime?
Never.
No,
Never
you had Brady, so that's what's hard for us.
Exactly.
But dude, Aaron Rodgers was a dude. I mean,
I'd take Bailey Zappi over Aaron Rodgers.
Zappy hour.
Dude, I don't know why you have control. I shouldn't. I know why you have control of the pod because you're the only one who can figure it out. But I would drop your ass right now if I could. I would just cut you out. See you later, dude.
It's a McCorkle Jones.
My God, dude. Is that really his name, by the way?
Yeah, McCorkle Jones. I mean, it's a longer name. I can get the full name for you.
No, don't worry about it. All right, we're gonna do heavy NFL stuff. Listen, it's been a Colts pod all year. It's still a Colts pod, and then we're gonna talk about the Patriots, and then we're gonna talk about, is the dynasty dead for the Chiefs? That's Matt Solso. I'm Steve Mensch. There's Tyler Besman, and this is Screen to Screen. All right, Matt, let's get into it. Let's do a little State of the Union. Let's set the table here, right? The Colts have lost 4 of the last 5. They're now on the outside looking in. They're officially in the 8th spot. There's only 7 that get in. And they have at Seattle. They have the 49ers at home. They have the Jaguars, who just smoked them at home. But we'll talk about that in a second.
Well, Jaguars were at home.
Yeah, they will play the Jaguars at home. They just got smoked on the road by the Jaguars.
Yeah, there you go.
I should have cleaned that up.
11 straight losses in Jacksonville, by the way. 11 straight losses in Jacksonville.
Wow. And now they're at the Texans. First of all, let's just say it. Daniel Jones, horrible, horrible news. Is this the year of the Achilles? Is 2025 going to be the year of the Achilles? It seems like it's right.
It's insane. Tatum, across all sports. Yeah, Tyrese Halliburton,
Lillard.
Lillard.
It just seems weird. And this is why it's a good lesson, I think, that people are like, oh, you could play hurt and you could play through the pain, and because he's playing with a fractured fibula. Hats off to you, Daniel Jones, for trying to get through that and make plays for your team and all that. But this is what can happen, right? This is when you play hurt. This is what can happen. It doesn't always happen, but this is what can happen. So end of the year for Daniel Jones. I don't even know what that recovery time looks like. Is he going to be ready for next year? Do we know?
I don't know.
Tyler, you pretend to be a doctor.
I mean, I feel
Where's
like for
Tatum
football,
at?
it's supposedly he might be able to play in like 8 weeks, is what I saw, which makes absolutely no sense. But I think
So
NBA
it's
is
about a
ridiculous.
year.
But I'd say NBA is ridiculously different from the NFL when it comes
Right.
to recovery time and returning
So
back
let's say
to the
I
game.
remember hearing a year. I thought this was a year injury. If that's the case, like, I mean, it'd be surprising if he was ready, right? So it really does change the complexion of things. How we feeling?
I'm screwed. We're screwed. There's no coming back from this. All right. We had to sign a 44-year-old quarterback who hasn't played football in 5 years. He unretired. Yeah. And we have no draft pick next year. We have no draft pick in 27, like first round draft pick. So we're not getting a quarterback anytime soon in the next 2-3 years. Now, the question is what do you do with Daniel Jones? Do you franchise him and hope he comes back for the last 4 games of next year and just hope, sign him for that $45 million or whatever? Do you let him try and hit free agency, or do you sign him at a really reduced rate for the next 4 years and hope he comes back? But this is his 3rd season-ending injury in the last 7 years. Like, and we have no recourse. There's no recourse from this. You got Riley Leonard, and you've got Anthony Richardson. Like, we're screwed.
Which low key, I feel like is the same quarterback too.
AR and Riley Leonard.
I feel like they're the same quarterback. They both can run the ball, and that's it.
I guess there's. Oh my god.
That's like me
they're
outside looking in. That's it.
You're not that far off.
NFL quarterbacks. That's how they're the same.
Exactly.
That's how they're the same.
The
next 3 years, we're sailing off into the sunset, and I'm rooting for everybody else to suck.
Can I add to the pain before you say anything, Steve? Because I keep seeing this pop up, and it's absolutely ridiculous, but I have to read it. The scene in the movie where the Colts owner, played by Sandra Bullock, storms into the GM's office and says, "What about Phillip Rivers? Can he still play?" And the camera pans to the GM, and his eyebrows just raise. Is going to win an Oscar in 2026. So they're already writing like movie scripts for the Colts franchise for this
Does that
year.
mean that they win like a playoff game or something? Because like, who's going to watch a movie about a terrible franchise?
So that's what it would be. It would either be they win like a game in the playoffs, or it's like a Rudy scenario where like they make this movie in 10 years from now and they act like Rudy was a good football player. And then you have a beautiful Colts movie made by a Hallmark.
This is devastating because there's no recourse and there's no roadmap. Like, what is the roadmap moving forward to improve? You cannot. It's not going to happen. There's just nothing we can do.
Draft Ty Simpson in the 2nd round, future quarterback.
Dude, okay. Would you slow down? First of all, would the both of you slow down? Okay, we don't have to look 5 years ahead right now. Can you relax, both of you, and don't even do that face with me, because I don't know at what point.
Dude, he just gave up 2 first-round picks. He can't relax. He just gave up the future.
At what point did you become the pessimist, where there's no way out guy, and I became the ray of sunshine in this relationship, Matt? I don't know where we're at.
This Colts podcast, who's been the guy the whole time that's been waiting for the other shoe to drop, Steve? Who's that guy that's been like, hey, you should be really happy, just enjoy the moment because it happened. This is great. And I'm like, no, it's all going to run downhill and we're going to get buried in a pile of crap. And this is me eyeball deep in crap.
Happy holidays, folks.
Phillip Rivers just walked through that door. Phillip Rivers played for Shane Steichen for 10 for 10 years. When he was with the Colts, he played with Michael Pittman and Jonathan Taylor. He knows some of the players. He knows the offense like the back of his hand. He's coming in and he knows exactly what his role is. We're here to run the ball, play great defense, and I'm going to make a couple throws. That's what I'm here for. Hold on. Do you know what his numbers were when he retired in 2020?
It was perfectly adequate.
Steve, that was 5 years ago.
I don't care when it was. Have a little hope. 4,000 through.
kidding, Steve? All right, no. That is a complete and utter crap. Are you kidding me? Have a little hope. Get the F out of here.
Dude.
It's absolutely absurd.
Dude, Steve.
Have a little hope. What are you talking about? He's going to take one sack and he's going to literally explode.
Dude, Steve's relating this to when Jordan went to play baseball and then came back to basketball.
Tywan is going to be our quarterback. That's what's going to happen.
That'll be awesome.
He completed, just for the record, he completed 68% of his passes for 4,169 yards, 24 touchdowns, and 11 interceptions. They went 11-5, and they lost in the wild.
Dude, he wasn't even fantasy relevant.
They lost.
Straight pace.
They lost in the wild card by 3 points. I'm just saying. Who else were we going to get that was better?
Nobody. The problem is there's nobody.
And I think that, listen, there is. I might start working on a script right now with Tyler. There is a movie here if this plays off. There is a movie here.
Are you saying we should start making bets on the Colts because the odds are so long that it's just got to happen?
Yeah, there goes my Jonathan Taylor MVP bet, by the way.
I disagree. If they give him the ball nonstop, he could just blow it out.
That is fair.
So
I need this to work because I need the passing game.
You could have got Andrew Luck, to be honest.
No, Andrew Luck's not playing. No, you can't. You can't get Andrew Luck.
Oh, and
but Philip Rivers is?
Yeah, because what are you talking about?
Isn't he a grandfather?
Yeah.
No, I would listen. If I could get Andrew Luck, I'd get Andrew Luck, but he's not. He doesn't want to do it.
Yeah,
you could have got guys. You could have got Peyton Manning, to be honest.
I'm sure that Philip Rivers' family is an amazing family. I mean that. But do you think maybe having 10 kids caused him to come back out of retirement?
Yeah.
I have.
He's been coaching high school. Isn't he coaching high school in like Louisiana or something?
Yeah, and he's running a Shane Steichen offense, I guess, at the high school. Tyler. So that's why they brought him back, because he was already running that offense.
Yeah, because he was running. Yeah, because he was running the offense in high school, not because he had 10 years of NFL experience doing it. What are you talking about? Well, that too. Right,
Is this a fireable offense for Ballard to get yourself into this position?
What are you talking about? He has AR got hurt. Daniel Jones got hurt. Like, what do you like? No, like, what?
So here was their options though, and it's not great options, but they're at least young quarterbacks that you could have had. Where it's Sam Ehlinger, who I believe was a Colt at one point.
He was a Colt.
Bailey Zappi, whatever. Sam Hartman, Kyle McCord, Kyle Trask, C.J. Beathard, however the hell you say his last name, Mike White, and Trevor Siemian. Yeah, there were plenty of options out there that you could have brought in.
I would take Trevor Siemian or Bailey Zappi. At least they've actually played.
That's what I would have done.
I can't even.
Even Sam Hartman, who's been sitting behind.
You know what?
Was sitting behind Jane Daniels.
Quarterback. Let's not even play with a quarterback. Let's just get another lineman and just go straight direct snap to Jonathan Taylor
Wildcat.
and run it nonstop running.
So he blows out his knee, and then you're really like, oh my god.
And then you put Tyler Warren back there.
Let's go back to this. So if you're firing Ballard, you're firing him for the Gardner trade, right? Because they put themselves in a position where they
I don't think you should fire Ballard. I don't. Like, I'm pissed off, but like at that point when he made that trade, you're all in, right? You're like,
that's
AFC
right.
South is wide open. We could win the division, make a run in the playoffs. Who knows what's going to happen? I have no problem with it. Sauce Gardner, it's not his fault he got hurt too. But Jesus, it's just. Oh.
Aren't you even a little interested to see this? Just to see if his arm falls off?
No.
No,
Dude,
not even.
Steve, do you remember our Cam Newton year?
Yeah.
Dude, we watched 2 games and then we were done with it. We were like, yeah, we're good. Like, I feel like this is Matt's Cam Newton year.
My Cam Newton decade.
That reminds me, by the way.
Era.
Steve Smith, Carolina Panthers wide receiver, ultimate, hate him on the other team, love him on my team. Anyways, that being said, no, now I'm talking about something else. Like, I just want to see how this goes. I kind of want to be like, this could be interesting. I want to see.
It's easy for us. We have Drake May.
What does this look like? Listen, knock on wood right now, because you do not tempt the football gods, okay?
Facts.
But I will say this. I'm fascinated. I want to see what happens here. I could, maybe magic. Maybe magic happens, Matt.
I'll tell you what, if I may take the Colts money line this weekend, I'd do that. Because this is one of those weird things where, like, when a coach gets fired and they bring out the new coach and everybody plays hard for the new coach, like, why not throw a flyer? Because the odds are going to be super long. So
I think they're plus
throw
$800
$5
right
on
now.
it. Yeah, so throw $5 on it and win $1 million. That's how the odds work, right?
$1 million. Come on.
Oh, they're plus 675.
I just feel like people are really down about this, and I think it's thinking outside the box, man. I think it's a cult organization looking at that landscape. And those, by the way, those quarterbacks, all the guys you're talking about, no.
I mean, we'll see. You have a 44-year-old that just took 5 years off. We'll see. Like, I feel like I'd rather someone.
I'm sure he's been working out every day. You're working out just like he said. You know what? I'm going to come back in 5 years. I'm going to start working out now. This is going to end horrific.
I'm surprised you start him. Like, just Riley Leonard. Just let Riley Leonard run the rest of the year. And then
Riley Leonard's hurt.
That's I thought he was healthy now.
No, that's why
they're all hurt. Everyone's hurt.
Oh, Jesus.
Riley Leonard got on the plane and said, "I think my knee hurts." Oh God. Oh no. That's literally what happened. He's like,
you think he was just scared to be a starter?
You could say a lot of things about Riley Leonard. Scared is not one of them.
I know. Like, I watched that championship game.
Yeah, he literally was. I thought he was going to throw up after the first drive.
I just wish
what he was doing.
They just had him running the whole time,
and like into
putting
his
head down and going,
and he just kept doing it.
Yeah.
Just think about how cool this would have been as if Tom Brady had come out of retirement and played for the Colts in this week. How awesome would that have been?
Oh my God!
Better than Philip Rivers.
I can already imagine Gary.
It's 6 1/2 dozen the other, isn't it?
I saw. Have you guys seen the clip where someone clipped Brady? He goes, "Oh, like that's his thing while he's watching games," and someone did it like progressively from like a oh, dude, it's the most ridiculous clip you'll ever see. But he's like, whenever a play is made, he's not like, "Oh, look at that." He's like, "Oh, dude, he's not good.
Just go own the Raiders and bang hot chicks. Like, just go live your life, Tom Brady. Get off my
What are you
team.
looking at?
Philip Rivers throwing the rock. Oh, it's blurry.
Oh, we have.
I'll send it to you guys. I'll send it to you guys.
We have film. Send it to us right now. We're gonna break it down live. I want to break it down live. I want to see it right now.
Oh man, dude, I think he's number 17 in this video.
God,
because they said that quarterbacks Philip Rivers, Riley Leonard, and Brett Ripon, however, throwing. The order has been Rivers, Leonard, and Ripon so far in every
It's
drill.
Ripon. I've done you no favors with the way I pronounce names.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird name.
is he a relative of the Ripon of?
Ooh, look at that zip, dude.
Steve,
what velocity,
dude? Dude, it looks like a dad playing. Dude, it looks like a dad playing catch, or it looks like that old football coach that's just trying to throw footballs to the wide receivers. Like,
I'm going to say two things: one, fresh legs, and two,
yes, 44-year-old legs are fresh, super fresh. Steve can't get fresher than 44.
Two. Okay, he's always had a weird throwing motion, and that might actually help him now because there's not as much wear and tear in the arm. He's always throwing it like
it's not his arm I'm worried about, Steve.
That's all you need is an arm. Like, you just need him to get a couple of completions to Alec Pierce and keep 9, 10, 11 guys out of the box for Jonathan Taylor. Dude, I'm watching this tape right now, and I'm telling you, I'm excited.
Dude, there's 2 throws. What are you talking
You're
about
excited
watching
about
this
content.
tape?
That's what you're excited about.
Yeah, Steve, I wonder what you're doing, Steve. Steve's pulling a me right now, and he's giving me such a hard time about it my whole life, where Steve will have the draft coming up, and I'm like, dude, have you seen these throws by Jordan Love? And it's like one clip of him throwing a 6-yard bomb, and I'm like, you should start looking into this guy. Like, you're pulling a me right now.
I just still don't know how you did this. Someone obviously put it on Twitter, and that's where you got it. But he was sending me Luther Burden, the wide receiver Luther Burden's practice tape of running routes, and I was like, dude, what?
But
and
I was trying to break it down where I was like, I don't think he gets great separation. I was like, I don't want this guy.
Look at the top of the route there. He's rounding off a little bit there, right? Like, that's rounded off too much, right? I'm like, oh my God, dude. What is happening right now?
I'm just trying to help you in your job. I'm just trying to, help your flow.
Trust me, I know. And you've been nothing but help. You've been a big help.
I know.
I'm just, listen, it's Christmas, and I don't know.
You've just gotten a bunch of presents, Steve. You're super happy. You see this in your face right now. Just to
I'm a
see
new
her face.
man. I'm a new man. I'm an eternal optimist. So I just think that maybe you should be too. All right, moving on to the Patriots. If the Patriots beat the Bills, they win the AFC East. How are we feeling about this game right now, Ty?
I don't know.
I feel
To
like
be
it's a
honest, I
coin
really
toss.
don't know, and it's such a coin toss. And reason being is, I looked at, I don't have the exact stats, but when we had Milton Williams, were a top 5 run defense, and then when we lost him, we were a bottom 5 run defense. And during
I
that
didn't know
time when we
that, but
had
yeah.
Milton Williams, I think they said we didn't have a rusher over 50 yards when we had Milton Williams. Then afterwards, we started allowing 120 rushing yards total for the opponent that we were playing. So I'm like nervous for this game where it's a coin toss, because James Cook could easily just start running like a madman like he has all year. And then same with Josh Allen. So that's where I'm interested to see how it goes. We are playing at home this time, so we'll see if like being at home helps us a little bit. But I definitely think it's going to be more of a shootout than it was when we played them in Buffalo. Like, I think it's
Yeah,
going
it
to
was
be a little bit
23.
more
I think it was
reliant on
23-20.
yeah, I think it honestly, I think it's going to be a couple more touchdowns than that. I think it's going to be a full high scoring, like
I
Drake
agree.
versus Josh game. And it's going to be fun to watch, but it'll be
So we're
interesting.
back
Could be snow on Sunday.
That'd be
really?
great.
Yep.
Would it be?
70% chance.
It would be
I don't
great for
know.
Buffalo, I now realize. Actually,
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think it'd be
know,
better for
because
Buffalo.
Cincy hung in with them in the snow. My like concern would be that our run game isn't great, especially we don't have Will Campbell. I think Jared Wilson is back this weekend, but
I heard that too. So I went back and looked at the stats, which helped me like remember the game. So, and it was, how I remember the first half was 6-3, a lot of back and forth, no one really scoring. And then the second half, more of a breakout. Really looking at that game, the Bills ran the ball better. They dominated time of possession. And there was two things that really, I think, made a difference in that game. And that was the penalties and it was the turnovers. They had 2 fumbles in that game and three turnovers altogether. If the Bills had played a clean game, there's a good chance the Patriots lose, right? The flip side is I think the Patriots are a way better team than they were then. And they're playing with a lot more confidence and they're coming out of the bye, so a little more prepared, a little bit healthier. They're going to get a hungry Buffalo team who's going to be pissed off to avenge the first loss and put themselves in the best playoff position possible. I think it should be a good game. I don't know. It should be a good game. I think it's a toss-up, which if you had told me at the beginning of the year that the second Bills game would be a toss-up, and I wouldn't have believed you. I would have been like, well, there's a much better team. But the Bills defense just hasn't been that good.
yeah.
It's going to be Josh Allen and James Cook, that show. And it has been for them all year. And can they figure out a way to slow them down enough? And could Drake May be effective enough if the weather's bad? We'll see. I just don't know.
Yeah, and I'm trying to scroll through really quickly so that I can.
I did see a funny headline on ESPN saying even if the Patriots lose, they're still in a good spot playoff wise. Yeah, they could clinch if the Colts and Texans both lose this weekend. The Patriots clinch the playoffs. I'm like, they're 11-2. That seems like a pretty good spot to be for the playoffs. Like, what are we talking about there?
The NFL, like, I keep looking at the playoff picture. Like, if we lose, we have a 99% chance of making the playoffs. If we win, we have a 99% chance of making. Well, I mean, obviously we clinch.
We have 100%. Yeah.
So no matter what, like, we're good there. But to your point, where it's like the Bills kind of owned that game against us.
I would say owned.
I mean, I'm looking at it, and like Dalton Kincaid had 6 receptions for 108 yards. Like, I was earlier looking at this, and they were talking about how Joey Bosa was hurt. They were talking about how like they didn't have Dalton Kincaid for a bit. I'm going through, and they had the majority of their defense. They had the majority of their offense as well when they played us. And the other piece too is with Cincinnati. Cincinnati owned most of that game that they just played in. Their defense ended up getting 2 back-to-back picks, which then Josh Allen had the rushing touchdown, and they won the game. So that's where, for me, is like they're not really winning these games in some crazy way that's really that scary. I think it's still a toss-up, though, because it's an in-division game. Josh Allen's trying to prove himself. I mean, he doesn't really have to, but prove himself against Drake May and within the division. But I mean, I guess now that I think of it, like I think that it's a winnable game for us, and it's not really like the.
I think without question,
I think
I'm
it's
not
our
saying they're
game to
going to
lose.
win.
I think it's our game to lose. You're at home hosting the Bills. You've already beaten them. You're a better team now than you were then, offensively.
Coming off a bye, yeah, I don't know, man. There's
you
some good things.
like our run game isn't great, but you just kind of unlocked Travion Henderson. Now you have another weapon. Your wide receivers are back. Like they're all healthy.
My money's on the Bills because they've got everything to play for, and the Patriots don't.
And I agree with that,
Yeah,
but I do
Matt,
think that it's still the Patriots game to lose because they have the leverage. I think that they have the better team on paper right now. But I think you're right. Like the Bills are going to come in guns blazing from the first whistle to the last whistle.
And have you considered that the Patriots quarterback wasn't born in the 70s? Have you even thought of that, Matt?
And listen,
and he doesn't have grandchildren.
We don't know what
grandchildren.
We don't know what Ann Michael May is making for Bakemas on Sunday. So who knows? The Patriots could be ready to go as well.
Dude, that stuff's getting wild in a good way. Like in a good way.
It's so funny. I follow her. It's hilarious.
It's great.
I keep joking about Rivers being a grandfather, so I just literally started typing into Google, like, is Rivers a? And this first thing came up, goes grandfather.
There's some question about whether or not he's the first grandfather to play in the league. I got to imagine
he is a grandfather. He is a grandfather. His oldest daughter, Haley, born 2002, had a son late in 24. Yes,
dude.
Gramps.
They started early.
Let's go,
He married his wife as a freshman at North Carolina State, and I think they had their first kid while he was in college.
Steve, it's irrelevant. I have a grandfather for a quarterback.
It is.
I have a grandfather for a quarterback.
You know what they say about grandfathers? They're wise, and they understand how to get around their.
And they have bad hips, and they use walkers.
Well,
and canes.
Again, but the throwing motion
can't see, and they get dementia.
I don't know why my brain went to it, but I was trying to figure out who else, like what other celebrities are 44. I don't know why I was curious, but the first ones that come up is like Beyonce, Britney Spears, Justin Timberlake, Paris Hilton, Christina Aguilera, Gyllenhaal.
Those are strong names for celebrities.
Pitbull's a big time celebrity. You want him to play quarterback for the Colts, Steve?
Do you think your brain's just like marinating, like saturated by energy drinks or what at this point?
No, I only had one coffee today.
That's not what I asked. Just because you had one good day.
How many Celsius did you have?
0.
Yesterday.
But what I've been doing is a spoonful of honey with some salt on it. That's been my pre-workout before I go to the gym.
Okay. Did I just hear that?
So
when you say spoon, are we talking like a serving spoon, like a teaspoon?
Just like a spoon. Just like a spoon that you would eat cereal with. Just put honey right on it and then salt.
What in the name of Joe Rogan is that? Like
fresh ground salt or like shaker salt?
Yeah. Is it Himalayan salt?
Fresh ground. Yeah, it's pink Himalayan salt.
Of course it is. Because what else could you?
Have you noticed
is the honey local? Is the honey local? Because if it's not local,
no, it's from Trader Joe's. But look at my Amazon Prime list. I got some nice honey in there.
I don't what. First of all, no. I have so many questions. Why do you wait till the end to get to the good stuff? I don't know. But hold on. What have there been gains? Have you gotten any gains?
I have no idea.
So
I like to think so, but
did you come up with this, or did you get this from a TikTok?
There's no way you came up with it.
No. I was inspired by it, where they were like, "This is how I cut back on like using pre-workout powder. This is how I cut back on like Celsius."
TikTok
influencers that I follow,
like Andrew Tate.
Like fitness. No, I can't stand Andrew Tate. I can't stand Andrew Tate, Joe Rogan. I am not that kind of guy. But
Joe Rogan and Andrew Tate are not the same thing.
Logan Paul.
No. I'm pretty sure his
Adolf
is
Hitler.
Oh my god, dude.
higher up wellness. That's who it is. And I know you guys are gonna make fun of the name. Look him up. He's the man and legit. So
he says,
does he wear a shirt?
Listen, higher up
Sometimes.
wellness. Thank you, because whatever gets him to stop drinking energy drinks, I'm all about. Wait, what? What did you say, Matt? What did I miss?
I said, does he wear a shirt?
Only sometimes.
Yeah, not a lot of shirts for that guy. He like saves money on shirts.
That's right.
So you get up in the morning.
Definitely doesn't know any sleep.
What's your morning routine? What time do you get up? You get up at 6.
Yeah.
Is it right into the honey and salt?
No. I do an hour of drinking water. Well, I take Duke for a walk, and then I do an hour of drinking water.
So do you just like stare at the wall while you drink water? Like, what do you do?
No. I watch Sports Center.
Water?
I watch Sports Center. So I do an hour of drinking water before I have caffeine.
Constantly drinking water?
Yeah, I make sure that I finish a water bottle of water for an hour, and then
of water, of not whiskey. That's good. Kool-Aid.
and then that's after that hour is when I have caffeine. And so whether that's me having a cup of coffee and then going to the gym, or it's the honey and sugar and going for a run, either one.
Is honey caffeine?
I honestly don't really know the science off the top of my brain.
Oh my god!
But that's what it is.
Or the bottom of your brain.
Yeah, you don't know it. There's no place in your brain for science. This is what we're gonna.
It's
you're
basically like a giant like sugar rush, and then the salt is kind of like where makes the veins pop, makes it feel like you're getting some good gains. So that's kind of where it mixes.
Is that where you're going? You're going vascular when you run?
Yes.
Look at the veins of my thighs. Cappy, look at my veins. They're amazing.
I gotta look sick while I'm running.
Yeah, you look
gotta
sick.
Look cool, man.
You look sick. Yeah, dude, that's interesting. Whatever gets you off the pre-workout and the energy drink. So that seems like a healthy alternative.
It definitely is. It helps
So
my.
You do this every
levels.
day?
Not the honey, no, not every single day. But that's what I've been using to replace any of the energy drinks or pre-workout. Yeah, no, not every single day. If anything, it's coffee. It's starting whatever I got to do for work in the morning, probably admin, and then I'm going to the gym based off of the caffeine that I got from the coffee. Because before it was like I needed pre-workout energy drink to get to the gym. But that's not healthy.
No, it's not healthy.
Coming from a scientist like me and a doctor
it's
like
good
me.
for you. You're taking care of yourself. I like it.
Exactly.
That's good. That
exactly.
Is good. I do want to witness the honey salt thing, though. I want to see how much, like, what are the
I got you.
I imagine you giving it to Duke and you guys running around the apartment complex together and like just.
Do you worry that you're going to choke on the honey because it's pretty viscous, right? Like it's not like it just goes right down.
I will give you.
I did think about that.
I will give you $50 if you can explain viscous.
Me?
I don't even know what that is.
The Tyler. Well, not you, man. Oh. Okay, I'm not a dummy. You were just like, yeah, pretty viscous. It is. Yeah.
Well, context clues. That's what I went with.
What would you say? Thick in consistency. It's got it's like
think
oily.
Like, you like the car commercials. They talk about viscosity breakdown. So, like, you know what that is?
No, you got me lost.
So viscous is like, so water flows pretty easily, right? If something's viscous, it flows very slowly. It's like lava or
it's the consistency of it. It's got a little thickness.
It moves,
to it.
But not very quickly. It's thick.
Right. Like
molasses, like Philip Rivers.
Not thick with 2 C's, like thick, like THICK.
Exactly.
Are you at all concerned that Rivers came out because he has to get more money for his kids? Like,
that's also a good point.
College is expensive.
Yeah,
but he did play quarterback for 25 years already. Again,
he played 100 years ago when they got paid in peanuts.
Yeah, exactly. And he played for the Chargers.
I don't know. I wouldn't mind having a guy who threw 421 touchdowns in the NFL. I'm just saying.
Yeah, we could say the same thing about
tell you what, I'll
any
take
quarterback in the league.
and you can have Philip Rivers. And how about that?
Don't you dare!
Listen, you don't give up the best quarterback of all time.
We'll give you Josh Dobbs. Josh Dobbs, have him.
Sure, I'll take him. He's a viable backup.
Dude, he's about to take Trevor Siemian. I don't even know what to tell you. All right.
Bailey Zappi. At least he's played football.
Nah. Almost beat Rodgers, too.
I can't get Zappi
as a rookie
out of my life, dude. Who almost beat Rodgers?
Bailey Zappi. His rookie year.
If it makes you Zappy. I was so glad that stopped.
Me too.
So glad. Remember there was a time when they're like, could this guy be the guy? Could he be the
Yeah,
guy for the Patriots?
and I was like, what are we
I
doing?
remember being slightly intoxicated at Pats games going, Zappy Hour! During the Mac Jones era. Those were the heady days of being an anti-Pats fan.
Oh,
God.
Oh, how the tables have turned.
And I was defending the crap out of Mac Jones.
Your guy. That was your
guy.
Michael McCorkle Jones.
Jesus.
That sounds like a guy we made up and like created have an athlete, create an athlete.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
he
great
might be
name.
he might have a film industry career. McCorkle.
Maybe.
Are the Chiefs done? Are the Chiefs cooked? What do you mean no?
I'm seeing a mock drafts that they might get Jeremiah Love. They might be right back.
Look
at the stress.
You think
Steve's favorite thing?
I'm just talking about for this year. Okay, let's just talk about this year.
Okay,
yeah, they're already eliminated from the playoffs.
You said
they're
dynasty.
What's their percentage? 20.
I think it might even be lower than that. I think it might be 11.
So they're eliminated.
I have
Steve.
So this year
I was on the celebrities trying to flip back. But the Chiefs, so if they lose, then they have a 1% chance. If they win, they have an 18% chance, and they're playing the Chargers.
So 1 in 5.
So
less than 1 in 5.
They're 6-7 right now, and they're third in the AFC West.
At least you didn't do this.
Yeah,
They're how are they 6-7? Oh, they're 6-7. Oh,
yeah, there you go. Nice.
Boy, you really stumbled into that one. Steve.
Yeah, come on, buddy.
Listen, me and
I've
Philip
been seeing some funny memes though, where the Spider-Man meme when they're like pointing at each other and it's like the three Spider-Man. It's I keep seeing the Dolphins and the Chiefs doing that because they're both 6-7. And imagine having the same record as the Dolphins. That would suck. And the Ravens. That's what it was. The third was the Ravens.
As dumb as that is, I have enjoyed watching these social media clips of these college basketball games where they'll get to 67 and they'll have a bunch of school kids there watching the game. There was the other night, I think it was the Iowa women's basketball team? And the game was out of reach. I mean, some of these women's basketball games as they can be, and it was 64 to like 21 or something. And the woman at the line had 3 free throws and she hit 2, and you could just hear the kids squealing. And good on the coach, and I hope I'm right that it was Iowa, but good on the coach because, of course, she hits 3 in a row at 67. Everyone in the crowd goes nuts. And then the coach is going like this up and down the sideline like this. And I was like, that's just fun. It's just, it is so stupid, and I don't get it, but I like people having fun. So,
it's so stupid that I think it's hilarious. Like,
right.
It makes
like, I kind of like,
when Stella does it, I think it's so funny. Like,
Dude,
it's hilarious.
We went with her friend to see the lights the other night, and they were at dinner like 6-7. I'm like, oh god, dude. Yeah. So the Chiefs are cooked. I think that there was a really interesting conversation about it on Get Up this morning on ESPN, where they're like, half the panel it felt like we're like, well, they'll be back because they have Mahomes and blah blah blah. And the other half of the panel was basically like, you take that for granted. You think that that's going to happen because it happened with Brady and the Patriots, and you just don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen with Andy Reid. You don't know what's going to happen with Mahomes' health. You just don't know. Like, obviously, I think Travis Kelce's done.
He's done, man.
I would be surprised if he came back. I think it's probably frustrating for him to be that good of a player for that long, and then, it's interesting, some of the comments of like he's like trying to figure it out, and that's been frustrating. And it's like at some point, time catches up with everyone other than Phillip Rivers, and you gotta face the music and be like, maybe I'm not the player that I used to be, or maybe all he needs is to go coach high school football for 5 years, and then get back on the field. Right, come right back.
He doesn't have enough time. He's going to be on tour.
I don't know if you except he's like 30, so he's got coached football for like 15 years.
Exactly.
I don't know if you could say come right back after 5 years, but that's that's what he would do.
So what is the over? Does Phillip Rivers finish the game on Sunday?
Oh God! Wait, who are they playing again? Their schedule is loaded.
I think they're playing Seattle.
Yeah, they're playing Seattle, and in Seattle. They're playing, dude. That's the other thing, man. Like, it's Phillip Rivers about to basically go up against. Honestly, he's gonna have like PTSD for playing the Legion of Boom, like this weekend. Like, he's gonna go out there and actually crap himself.
So
I
is
gotta see
there a
the
bet I
odds
can
for.
make
Let's see.
finishing the game? Just not like, is he going to
There's
finish the
no
game?
odds for that. There's no odds for like.
I guarantee
Does
you
he get a concussion?
somebody is
Okay,
taking
yeah,
that bet.
those are off-market bets, man. Those are not like you're not going to DraftKings and getting
Tyler's
that.
got a connection. I know it.
Yeah, Tyler probably does
I
have
do.
a connection. I think it's his honey guy.
Oh my god, dude! They don't even have anything for a Colts quarterback right now. I mean, obviously because they haven't announced it, but like on DraftKings, you can't bet on any.
Yeah, because he's still in the
anything
practice
Colts
squad.
quarterback.
I think they're not going to
Yeah, but-
elevate him until they know.
But even like Riley Leonard, like they're not even going to slap something on there for Riley Leonard or anything. Like you literally can't bet on anything passing.
They just can't have put like INDQB. Like it doesn't matter who it is.
Actually, you can't bet on anything.
2+ interceptions minus 4,000.
You can only do longest reception right now for the Colts. Nothing else.
Is the longest
7
reception
yards?
3 yards?
It's 15.5 for Michael Pittman and 16.5 for Tyler Warren.
So Alec Pierce isn't even on there.
No, that is literally the only two. There's not even anybody for the Seahawks. Like DraftKings has given up on this game. They're like, if you're betting
They're
on
just
this,
not ready.
They're like, you're a sicko if you're betting on this game.
All right, two things before we get out of here. What kind of honey is in your Amazon?
Did you look?
Why is there more than one?
I didn't know. I didn't look yet. Should I look right now?
Yeah, go ahead.
You guys share Amazon?
Did you,
cards?
Matt? Did you watch the film, by the way, or are you just,
do,
going to be a downer about it?
What film?
The Phillip Rivers tape.
No, I don't need to watch to know that this is.
He's gonna have to see it on Sunday, anyways.
I don't know. You might want to get a taste because it's
Honestly, I think what the Colts should have done is they should have done like what the NBA did, brought together the 75 best and did that for the 75 best, like historic NFL quarterbacks, and that's what they should have done. Instead of just bringing back Phillip Rivers, bring Brady, Peyton, Eli, everybody, and then had him do a tryout. I think that would be a better story.
All right, I can't see your cart. Dude, Peyton and Eli.
My list? Do you not know how to find? Dude, do you use Amazon?
I don't, not really. What is it though? What's the? Is it the fancy one? What's it called?
It's like a fancy one that's like 100% pure. Like
what's it
no
called?
like added sugars or anything. I have no idea. I looked online, which is the one that I need, and the link was right there, and I clicked onto it, and that's.
It starts with an N.
Actually,
I mean,
I actually have it. I can look at my list because is Mom the only one that knows how to use it? It is.
It's either Tupelo or Manuka.
Nate's organic, so neither.
Okay, no.
Nate's organic, 100% pure organic, raw and unfiltered honey.
For this Manuka
Enjoy
honey,
those legs and wings, buddy. Unfiltered.
230 grams.
Talk about getting the bee's knees.
What's happening? I mean, I take some responsibility.
That was awesome. That was awesome.
You can't do that for yourself. You can't keep doing this.
Of course you can.
Hey,
Last week you thought you had the funny joke too.
I could do whatever I want. I got Phillip Rivers as a quarterback.
Valid.
That's coping. Like 230 grams of this, which is small. $200 for this honey.
Shut the front door.
Yep.
That's a quarter pound, right? 250 grams. No, it's half pound. It's a half pound.
Is it even that
It's a
much?
lot
It
of
looks
honey.
smaller than that.
Well, it's 2.2 pounds to a kilo. And 230 grams is about.
No,
you
you're
know
right.
that?
It's 8.1, so it's half pound. You're right. So half a pound of this is 200. You can get it for deal. You can get it right now. You can get it 160. You want me to get it for you, Ty?
Yeah.
You can pay me back. You can pay me
grab
back
that
later.
for me.
Let me tell you, just go to the store and buy honey. It's the same stuff.
You got to get local.
No, I
though,
know,
bro.
I know.
Everyone knows you need local. It's got to be within 15 miles, bro. Or it doesn't even count.
15 miles.
That's only if you want to lower your allergens.
Well, I got the one that I have right now. I got at Trader Joe's. That's less than 15 miles.
No.
Yeah, because they're
Tyler,
local. I'm
Tyler,
sure they just pull it out of the parking
Are you
lot.
trying? Are you trying to do this?
Yeah.
You think they made the honey in the parking lot? Yeah.
They did. Yeah, I saw them with the bees.
Also, last week, I think it was last week's pod, you called it Matt's money line.
I did. Yeah.
we had a discussion about this on the pod. It had one of two things, and one of them was the ginger card, and the other was something else.
I wasn't ready to
Matt's
put that
Moneyline.
out there, man. I was not
What do you
ready to put the
mean?
ginger card as the name of the pod.
Oh, that would have sold, dude. We would have got like so many listens.
The ginger card. Maybe
Whatever,
that's this
dude.
one.
It's a special one.
No, it cannot be. This one's got to be the honey one.
Organic honey. That's what this one will be.
I can't wait.
It's not the bee's
Friday.
knees?
Unfiltered honey. Bee's knees.
wait.
Perfect. That's what it'll be.
Can't wait for Iris to wake up tomorrow morning. Watch me just trying to squeeze the 5-year-old honey we have in a bear in our cupboard with like normal table salt, like Morton's table
Bird,
salt.
do you just call it a cupboard?
What else would you call it?
What else do you call it?
A cabinet.
Cabinet, cupboard. I think this is similar. Pantry.
Pantry. A pantry's like you walk into a pantry.
You
It's a
don't have to
cabinet.
walk into a pantry.
Privilege, Tyler. Privilege.
Yeah, look at you. I didn't know you had a walk-in pantry.
I've never had a
Walk-in
pantry.
pantry.
I just have
Like having a
Oh,
walk-in closet.
Sorry I wasn't able to provide a pantry for you. I guess it was the worst childhood ever.
Hey, he's
Wow.
buying He's
Wow.
buying $200 honey. You know
I thought you had a pretty good childhood, man. But apparently no Manuka honey for you.
That's just what I always wanted was a walk-in pantry.
God. All right. Boys, we pulled it off. I mean, the scheduling's been a little tough lately, and to get it in, I appreciate it. So,
Of course.
yeah, that's it, right? Anything else?
No, nothing. Good luck,
Matt, you
Philip
good?
Rivers.
I'm good.
Keep your head up, dude. Keep your head up. It's going to be all right.